so today I'm going to be bringing you another free crochet pattern, and it is for the vest I am wearing. So this is a vest made out of granny squares, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you are going to figure out how much I love granny squares because I use them quite a bit. I actually used to not be a huge fan of granny squares for some reason, and now it's like I just can't get enough of them. I've made a granny square skirt, a cowl, which I showed you guys, and now a vest. Apparently I just can't get enough of them. So this vest is going to be super easy for you to make if you want to make this vest. It is made up of a big rectangle, and then you do a square and then another square to create these straps. So it is super easy, and let me actually take it off so you can see what it looks like not on a person. But this is what it actually looks like. So it's very cropped, which I wanted it to be cropped because that's just kind of my style. I just think it looks very boho, and also it's kind of perfect for summer because I don't know about you, but in summer I wear a lot of high-waisted shorts, even though I don't even know if those are cool anymore, but I wear a lot of them, and I just really think that cropped vest just make it look really cute with the high-waisted shorts. I don't know, I kind of have a weird style. But yeah, so this is what it looks like. So the pattern I wrote up has two sizes. So I have a small, medium, and a large, extra large. So I kind of combined the sizes because I am wearing a size small and it is very loose on me, but I really wanted a very loose, relaxed look. I really did not want to be too fitted on me. And then my mom, who wears size medium, it's a little bit more fitted on her. So that's why I kind of combined the sizes. So if you're wanting a looser look, you can always go up a size, or you can always just add another row of granny squares. It's very easy. So on the whole rectangle thing, you could just add another row of 3 and just to make it wider, or if you want to make it longer, you can always add another row to make it, instead of 3 rows, you can do 4 rows of granny squares. It's very easy to customize this vest however you would like to make it. You could also add buttons to it if you want to actually make it more of a actual vest. I did not want to add buttons on mine because I wanted to just be open. I knew I was never going to shut it, so I just keep mine open. But it's very easy if you did want to add buttons. It would just kind of lay over a little bit because you'd have to make room to be able to put the buttons in the holes from the granny square stitch. So you can also do that. It's really easy. And then also on mine, I did fold down the front corners just to kind of add a little bit of a different look to it. I don't know if I'm going to actually tack it down or not. I may just keep it like this just in case if down the road for some reason I want to add buttons to it, I still could do that. But yes, like I said, you literally just make a rectangle and then you decide where you would like your straps. On the size small medium, it only has 1 square before you actually attach the strap. On large, extra large, there is 2 rows of granny squares, and then on the 3rd row you attach the straps. So there is a little bit of difference between sizes, but like I said, it's very easy to customize this vest. I wanted to make it where however you would like the vest to look, it's very easy for you to change it. Like if you like to make the straps a little bit longer, I'd encourage starting off with 1 square and having kind of the 1 square on top of your shoulder and have the 2 coming off of it. Or if you need to have another square and add 2 extra squares, you also could do that. But I just really wanted to make this a very fun, very easy, if you're kind of wanting to dip your toes into crochet garments, this would be a perfect way to do it. 2 last things I want to say is, number 1, this is not a fitted garment. It may fit you a little bit more if you're wearing like if you're a medium, size medium, you're wearing the small medium, but there's no shaping to this vest. So I just want to give you kind of a little bit of warning there. If you're wanting a shaped vest, this is not going to be the vest for you. This is definitely more of a relaxed type of vest. And then the second thing I want to say is I did not invent the granny square, nor did I invent granny square vests. This is just my take on it. I really don't want to say, oh, I came up with this perfect vest pattern, when there's other people who have come out with a very similar or maybe the exact same type of vest pattern. I know there's a lot of awesome people out there who love granny squares just as much as I do, and they've probably come up with the same type of vest. So I don't want to say like I invented this pattern and I'm claiming it as 100% my own. I'm just putting this out there that if you like the way I made mine, that you could also make it too. And then with the yarn I chose to use a little bit of a lighter worsted weight yarn. It's called Caron Simply Soft. It's a little bit of a lighter yarn, but at the same time, it's kind of a heavier yarn. So it does have a little bit of weight to it, but it also looks a little bit daintier than it would if you use normal worsted weights. So keep that in mind whenever you're making your squares. Mine are going to turn out a little bit smaller because I'm using a little bit of a smaller worsted weight. If you use a normal worsted weight, your squares may turn out a little bit bigger, so you may just want to adjust accordingly. But yes, and then I just added a little bit of a edging on the bottom. Of course, I did edging around the front and around the armhole, so there is a little bit of edging work, but I just want to do a simple little edging on the bottom just to add a little bit of character. My mom actually suggested the idea, and she did awesome with suggesting this. I would have never thought of it, so thank you, Mom, for coming up with that idea. I think it added a very nice touch to the vest. But yes, so today I'm going to be showing you how to join your granny squares and the rounds without showing a seam. My mom actually taught me this tip a couple of weeks ago, and I used it with this vest, and I really love it because sometimes when you're working in the round with granny squares and you're doing your chain 3, it's very noticeable sometimes, but this way, the way I'm going to show you how to do it, you actually chain 5. It makes it pretty invisible, which makes me really happy because you can't really tell where I joined in the rounds with my granny square. So I'll be showing you that next. So let's get started. Okay guys, so I'm going to be showing you a tip on how to make your granny squares without a seam. So here is just your traditional granny square, the first round, which is whenever you do 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets, and then you join. So here is what that looks like. So this is just the traditional first round of a granny square. And if you're not familiar with that, I do have a video back whenever I made my granny square cowl, and I show you how to do a traditional granny square starting out. But we're going to start with this today. And since the vest calls for 2 colors, I'm going to be using this really pretty dark purple shade as our second color. Okay, so we're going to start out, and what I always do is I always start in the next. So here's where we fastened off. This is where our first join was. I always move over a chain 2 spot just so the join isn't lined up completely straight. It kind of makes it a little bit harder to see, especially with this tip. So we're going to join the yarn, and we're going to chain 5. Okay, and then we're going to do, this is going to count as a double crochet and a chain 2. And we're going to do 3 double crochets in that same chain 2 space. Alright, so now we're going to just do 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets in each of the chain 2 spots. So I'm just going to keep on doing this. Okay, so now we're back at that first chain 2 spot. So we have our chain 5 right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to do 2 more double crochets in that chain 2 spot next to our chain 5. And then we're going to slip stitch to join the round in that 3rd chain. All right, so there we go. And see, you really can't even tell that it's the chained, the starting chain. It blends in really, really well. So then you're kind of just like, huh, where is that beginning chain? And it's kind of a little bit more invisible, I find, doing it this way. So this is just how you are going to kind of make an invisible join whenever you're working on your squares. And then on your next round, you're just going to join in the next corner, chain 5, and then you're going to work your chain 5, and you're going to do 3 double crochets. Then you're going to do 3 double crochets right in this space right here in between these 2 groups, and then you're going to do 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets in the corner, and then you'll do an actual 3 double crochets in between also to help the square grow. So that is my little tip on how to create an invisible join with granny squares. Alright guys, so that is it. And I forgot to mention this earlier, but the written pattern is going to be up on my blog, which I will link down below. And there's actually a diagram that I drew out that's showing the different sizes and how you're going to attach your squares. So that will be linked down below on my blog. But I really hope you guys enjoyed this pattern and this video. If you do decide to make it, I would love to see pictures. So please make sure to tag me on Instagram or Facebook, however you'd like to tag me. I would love to see it. But I hope you guys have an amazing day, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!